Grand Rising, my friends. Happy full moon in Aquarius. That is tomorrow as I'm filming this on July 19th. And yesterday, on July 17th, we had the second 888 portal of this month. So we are in the seat of some powerful energies, I'm hearing, and some of you might be feeling. And when I channeled into this full moon in Aquarius, I keep on hearing the same phrase over and over and over again. And the phrase is, break the chain, break the chain, break the chain. Aquarius is an energy, the person, the identity of someone who's very free-flowing, someone who goes their own way, someone who truly lives life for them. They're the rebel, they're the odd one out, potentially the one that's a little bit of an outcast, but the Aquarius rebel is not someone who is brash or toxic or angry or has outbursts. They're not the rebel that, as I say, is kicking the garbage can over in the streets and fingering everybody. They might be triggered into that version of themselves, depending on who is or what is constricting them. But at the heart of Aquarius, it is free-flowing, free-form, individuality, authenticity, and expression. You go your own way when you are Aquarius, and when you're connected to Aquarius. And with this saying that has been in my inner space for the last few days of break the chain, break the chain, break the chain, it's this message for all of us to break the chain that has been constricting us, confining us, controlling us, keeping us back from fully being ourselves. The chain that has stopped you from fully living your passions. The chain that has stopped you from breaking free from a toxic situation, addiction, habit, dependency, relationship, personal pattern. That chain is being called to snap. And when I was connecting to this full moon in Aquarius, one specific tarot card from one specific tarot deck came forward prominently for this full moon. And it, ironically enough, isn't the star card of this tarot deck, which is the tarot card in connection to the astrology of Aquarius, but it was traditionally the Emperor. But in this deck, synchronistically, it's called the Rebel. And that is this card right here, which is the Rebel Emperor. The Rebel Emperor from the Osho Zen Tarot. And you can see here, he is actively breaking the chain. Actively breaking the chain. And I actually felt called to read the book of this card for us today, and then I'll go channel in some other cards as well. But I was showing this card and reading this message to Olwen, the owner of the Oracle, where I am right now, and it just felt like it needed to be shared on a more broad channel. Haha. So here we are. The message from the book of the Osho Zen for the Rebel Emperor for this Aquarius full moon is this. The powerful and authoritative figure in this card is clearly the master of their own destiny. On their shoulder is an emblem of the sun, and the torch they hold in their right hand symbolizes the light of their own hard-won truth. I'm also in this shifting this all from masculine pronouns to plural they-them pronouns. Whether they are wealthy or poor, the rebel is an emperor because they have broken the chains of society's repressive conditioning and opinions. They have formed themselves by embracing all the colors of the rainbow, emerging from the dark and formless roots of their unconscious past and growing wings to fly into the sky. Their very way of being is rebellious, not because they are fighting against anybody or anything, but because they have discovered their own true nature and are determined to live in accordance with it. The eagle is their spirit animal, a messenger between earth and sky. The rebel challenges us to be courageous enough to take responsibility for who we are and to live our truth. Break the chain, break the chain, break the chain. That's the descriptive write-up of this card. The divinatory meaning goes as follows, and still rings true for this Aquarius freedom full moon. The rebel. People are afraid, very much afraid of those who know themselves. They have a certain power, a certain aura, and a certain magnetism, a charisma that can take out alive young people from traditional imprisonment. The enlightened one cannot be enslaved. That is difficulty. And they cannot be imprisoned. Every genius who has known something of the inner is bound to be a little difficult to be absorbed. They are going to be an upsetting force. Do you feel as though your freedom, your expression, your authenticity is upsetting to others? The masses don't want to be disturbed. Even though they may be in misery, they are in misery, but they are accustomed to the misery. Break the chain, break the chain, break the chain. And anybody who is not miserable looks like a stranger. Does he, she, them, they look like strangers to you? Those that have broken the chains and are trying to help you to break your chains as well? Do your chains look like strangers to you? Do you feel like a stranger to yourself? The enlightened one is the greatest stranger in the world. They do not seem to belong to anybody. No organization confines them. No community, no society, and no nation. That is the freedom in which this Aquarius full moon is asking us to break the chains to experience. Break the chains of conformity, whether it's conforming to your own perceptions, own mind, old habits, old past, whether it's conforming to the ideals or notions that others have for you, whether it's conforming to addictions, conforming to ideals, conforming to nations, conforming to consensus. Break the chain, break the chain, break the chain. All right. Ooh.